I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. We are moments away from what should be an excellent matchup between the Minnesota Vikings and the Detroit Lions.
Okay, Coach, coming to you from the venue that hosted the Super Bowl back in February of '06. Welcome to Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Today, it's a black and blue matchup in the NFC North between the Minnesota Vikings and the Detroit Lions.
We own them. Whip. Watch the whip. And 96 is coming. We got Mike.
On first down, it's Hill. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. And the offensive starters for the Vikings.
And this offensive line, they're going to have to be a lot better than they were right there. We certainly won't measure them just by one play, but they've definitely got a big challenge ahead of them in this one, because this defense, they love to run blitz, and they clog up the running lanes.
Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. And all the way down to the 29. A big play there for Minnesota. 46 yards. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now. First and 10. Back to throw. Hill. He rifles one that's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And a very good return as he'll take it all the way up to the 40-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield, and he'll get up to the 43-yard line. That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. This thrown quickly out to Jones. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll make it third down. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. It's complete to Williams. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. One interception. It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. So it can't hang on, and as I watched that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right? Yeah. Not an actual player, no chance at all. Way easier said than done.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
You must be getting tired of seeing me. Check 37.
Hill. And this is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So, Charles, why in the world do you take that risk there?
It doesn't make a whole lot of sense on the surface. I've been around enough of these coaches and enough of these meetings along the way. Sometimes they're so confident in a play call that they don't care about the situation. They think that play, at that time, they're going to run it and pick up whatever they need. So maybe that's what influenced them there. I'm guessing because I have no other explanation.
Yeah, that's tough. Own side of the field, that chunk of yardage to pick up. Head scratcher. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
It's caught. Jones. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. And they pick up 25 as they convert on third. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Go! 18 Gator. Topper! Get it! Go!
The first carry now. This is Williams. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
6-6, pull it high. Go!
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Completes it to Samuel. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Deebo Samuel, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Vikings offense making their way back out. Now let's give you a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Hill, setting up the screen for Cook. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
Here's Hill. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. first quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
A loss of 2 there, second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
Set. 10 logo. Ready?
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's got it to Williams. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, second and 2. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football as they've got it with a second down and 2 coming up. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Let's go, D.
Second and 2. James has got it, complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jesse James, his 9th touchdown. Of the season, and the Lions are able to extend their lead. Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. So that drive, 4 plays. And a gadget play gets him into the end zone. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
Come on, set. 15 on it. 15 on it. Screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Trey Flowers racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
To try again after the sack. Hill under pressure again, and down he goes again. Romeo Okwara in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Hill now to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. A surprising move to go for it, predictably, at least somewhat predictably.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But, boy, that's a huge risk.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way. And he takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. He'll get this one to Galladay. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Now back to throw. And it's caught. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. They'll look to throw.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. They'll run it with Williams. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal.
You ain't get it.
Looking to throw. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Kenny Galladay with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead.
The defense is doing their best, but they're struggling right now. They'll look for some help from their own offense to keep them in the game.
McManus's point after is good, and that pushes the lead up to an even 20. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all of these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to be going and force everything either.
And he's got this down to the 35. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. First down, here's the run with Cook. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Off of play action. Hill on the move to his left. Wide open receiver complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 23 yards the pickup there.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Now it's Hill. And Diggs has it. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. A first run for the backup, Abdullah. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. They snap it on 4th to Hill. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Damon Harrison. And the Lions will take over. A chance to get some momentum here in the second quarter, getting their first trip into the red zone, but unable to get it across.
And if I'm the head coach, sure, you feel some disappointment, maybe a little bit of deflation there because you didn't get it in, but I'm going straight to rah-rah mode. All right, guys, we didn't get it this time. It's only the second quarter. We'll be back. Let's get it later on. I want to keep this team up. I don't want them to feel like they've let everyone down.
Positive.
Got to be positive in this situation. It's too early to think that you don't have a chance to win this game.
And Detroit getting set to go now. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created.
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. He's at the 30. Touchdown, Detroit. Kerryon Johnson, 85 yards. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. As an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness, too, of just getting there and taking off and going? For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
Extra point from McManus is good. And a rout is on here in this first half. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Baby, let's go. Sit tight. Let's go. Let's go.
And now out comes Minnesota. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive. But they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Hill. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on 3rd? To throw is Hill. And incomplete as the screen there unsuccessful. So now 4th down coming up. Normally I'd say this will lead to a punt attempt, but this offense already shown in the first half.